This fast and easy Final Cut video is a preview on what to look out for in 2021. The video is aimed at Final Cut creators and what to look out for in the coming year. I'll show you the trends for 2021, which will keep you busy and earning throughout the year. I'm Bruce Macbryde, and I can provide personal tuition over the internet. Click the link in the description below, trainingfinalcutpro.com. Please like, subscribe, and press the bell. Of course, Apple will be releasing more Macs with Apple-designed chips that will affect how Final Cut Pro will run. And these new iMacs are rumoured to look like Apple's Pro Display XDR with a smaller screen bezel and a flat back instead of the curved one in the current iMac. And also a new Mac Pro that may be half the size of the current Mac Pro, along with the full-sized Mac Pro that may continue with an Intel processor. These half-size Mac Pros may be a throwback to the black trash can, or even the old Cube from years ago. But this video is about understanding the trends for Final Cut Pro creators in relationship to the digital marketing trends of 2021. The biggest thing that will be dominant in 2021 is how the COVID pandemic of 2020 has made virtual into a reality. And as we move into 2021, virtual is the new norm. So what are the trends for Final Cut Pro creators? Well, number one is short-form vertical video. And towards the end of 2020, Final Cut was updated to include workflows to convert landscape, that's 16:9 video, into vertical and square formats. These formats are much better suited for social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So this vertical form will be the trend of 2021. And even now, short-form video is a trend on Facebook, and we'll need to know how to create these. Click the link above for a detailed video on converting 16:9 to vertical. The second trend is that you will need to provide content that can be used in virtual events as B-roll. In 2020, events became virtual out of necessity, and this will continue in 2021 because we've learnt that we can engage much more people for a lower cost by going virtual. As a Final Cut editor, you can use this knowledge to promote yourselves to entrepreneurs who are developing virtual events and offer your video editing services. And the third trend is in a similar vein to the above. Zoom and virtual meetings are big things that came out of 2020. And we need to learn and think about how we can show video content during Zoom meetings. Why don't you prepare a different B-roll advertising background to play behind the participants on Zoom meetings? And the number 4 trend in digital marketing is that social media has become a place to purchase items, not just discovery. So with social commerce continuing to grow in 2021, retail brands will have to adapt. And as a Final Cut creator, you should be looking for opportunities to offer your talents to your retail clients who are using social media, as well as creating content suitable for your own services on social media. And the number 5 trend. 360-degree video has been slow to take off. Mostly, I guess, in that not many people have 360-degree VR headsets. But it is an immersive experience on an iPhone, much more than on a computer. In fact, 360-degree images can also be recorded on iPhones. And go to your app store to see the different choices. Anyway, let's have a look at it on the computer, because you do need to know about 360-degree in Final Cut, and you have 360-degree transitions available, And you also have 360-degree effects that you can add to your clips. If you look here into generators, you have 360-degree generators, and you've also got 360-degree text. A couple of things about 360-degree that you should know, that when you've imported your clip, you need to go to the inspector, select the eye, and make sure that you have it on this setting. And then when you've brought it into the timeline, you need to go to the 360-degree viewer, and there you can see the 360-degree image and the original here. And as you move through with your pan, tilt, and roll, you can also do those same actions from this location here so that you can see the whole 60-degree. You also need to know how to add standard photos and videos into the VR projects and how to direct export the 360-degree video to YouTube, Facebook, and Vimeo. If you click the link above, you'll see the full detail of how to use 360-degree images in Final Cut. And playing in the background is the first ever 3D VR filmed in space, and this is courtesy of National Geographic. And getting back to our trends, the number 6 trend is to repurpose content you already have. There's over 1 billion blogs out there and tens of thousands of YouTube tutorials. So there's already enough information. What you can do is take your existing information that you've already created and repurpose it. Make a new video. You could recreate the content, but use what you've got there already and go into super in-depth detail so your content will be fresh and relevant. And as a Final Cut Pro creator, how are you going to leverage this? Well, not just for your content, but look at your client's content that is already out there and offer to update it for them. The number 7 trend is about brands. With so much fake news out there, 2021 will be the year where people start to return to brands because they can trust them. How will you be able to leverage this trend? And number 8 is augmented reality. And there's some crossover here. VR and AR can be used to mean the same thing, but they are different. And it's only a matter of time until you're going to have to learn about AR in your digital workflow. How big will this be in 2021? Well, maybe, or maybe not. But there's no harm in being prepared. AR cannot yet be created in Final Cut directly, but once the AR video is created in another app, it can be incorporated into Final Cut Pro edits for promotional videos and other features. The clips you see here are from Apple's webpage. Check it out, the link is in the description below. So these are my 8 picks that Final Cut creators should be looking out for in 2021. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and press the bell. Thank you for watching. There are new videos every Sunday.